The power of man. Now, this is not a complete revelation, but more so just a study of what, how, and why about the power of man, the power that you have inside of you. So what power do you speak of? It's the power that man gives to the things that are unseen. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So with that verse right there, we come to understand really quickly that speech is a power that man has. Christ fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. So we come to see that we have physical power as well. Not to mention also we could talk about Samson and other examples in the Bible that tell us that we have physical power. Now also old men, prophets will have dreams and young men will have visions. So we see that we have the power of vision and imagination. Also, we see that God gave Adam dominion. So that means that man has the power of authority. He has the power of dominion. He has the power to be king of his own dominion. Kingdom. Well, I mean, how do we use these powers, you say? And I would tell you, we are the superheroes. Number one, with your speech. When we listen to that verse and we understand that the tongue is the smallest member of the body, yet could cause such a great fire, we can understand that our words have a lot of power. So, when we look at also how Christ had fought Satan when he was in the wilderness, we understand that Christ did not pray about anything, yet he used the word and he spoke. Be very careful of your speech and your words that you speak over yourself, that you speak over your family, that you speak over your friends and people that you come in contact with, and what you speak over your situations, what you speak over your days and your lifetime and your money and your cars and everything that you have inside of your life. You need to be very careful about how you speak over it because your words carry power. Number two, fasting. So we come to see that fasting actually does metabolic recharge of your body. It changes your cells and basically reinvigorates the body physically. But we also come to understand that there is a physical and a metaphysical combination and effect that happens when you go fasting. So we see that we in our physical power, that fasting brings about obedience of our body. We put our body to be obedient to the spiritual. Not even so much the mind, because the mind is part of the physical as well. So we make the mind and the body obey the spirit when we fast. I know fasting is very popular nowadays, and it's not just all about losing weight, but it's also in addition to the fact that, again, we bring our body into submission and obedience to us. When you look around, man, you see a whole lot of things going on. The fact of the matter is this: most people are just pursuing what satisfies their body. They don't really too much care about, what satisfies their spirit. Although the spirit man is supposed to be leading, the truth of the matter is this: a lot of people let their body lead and their spirit comes after. So we see that fasting is another power that we have to be able to bring our physical into submission and obedience to our spiritual. Moving on to number three, our vision and our imagination. Now I want you to be sure and understand that we are the only species on earth that has the ability to imagine, to think, to create, and to be able to use it, and also be able to give it to others. And not in the way that animals can, because you say, oh man, well, the spider weaves a web and creates a space for baby spiders and this and that, and a beaver knows to go and collect wood and create a dam and this and that. That is that animal's pre-programmed, how can we say this? It's an animal's pre-programming to do that in order for them to survive or to keep their species going. But they don't have the possibility to be able to get. But we cannot sit here and say that animals will get together and find a way to create a flying machine that can help them get from the north to the south faster. No, that's not the possibility. We are the only species that have the possibility to receive visions from a spiritual place, to use our imagination and our hands to put it to work and to bring it to life. It's only us. We're the ones with the power to be able to do it. So also the same thing, there's always two extremes. Now, on one side of the spectrum, you'll have imagination of good things. You'll have somebody like, say, Mr. Tim Tebow, who says that I want to combat child trafficking. So he puts his imagination in his hands and his vision to use, and he go ahead and builds the foundation to be able to do it. But on the other end of that spectrum, you have the man who says, I have absolute wealth and I am spoiled with all the things in my body. I want to do these misdeeds with children, and I'm going to spend my time doing the wrong things with children. So as we can see, our imaginations could carry us to a lot of different places. Our visions could carry us to a lot of different places. So not only do you need to guard your speech, not only do you need to guard your physical body, but you also need to guard your vision and your imagination. Are these things aligned with the Lord? Listen, the last thing is our authority. Our authority is another power, and it's not the last power. It's just that I don't have a whole lot of time, so I gotta do what I can in this little bit of time. I got kids, I got a wife, I got a job, I got, other stuff that's going on, and it shouldn't be the case that, oh man, I only got a couple minutes for the Lord. No, it's not that. It's not that. I just not really ever been the one for this kind of production. I don't like social media like that. I think it's useful, but again, there are two ends to every spectrum. Continuing on, we're gonna go to number 4, our authority. You see, man has the authority. When we go back to Genesis, we understand that Adam was given authority and dominion over the fowls of the earth, the fowls of the air, the fish of the sea, every creepy thing that creepy and crawly on the earth or whatnot. So Adam was given dominion and he was given authority. So what does that tell us? That us being created in God's image, that we have dominion and we also have authority. So in the book of James, it says that if you flee from the devil, that he will, or if you resist the devil, that he will flee from you. When Christ was speaking to the devil, he said, "Get behind me, Satan." That's a command. It's not like he's asking. He's not saying, he's not even praying to the Father, "Father, please help me do da 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 da." No, he's making commands. Get behind thee. You got to make commands. You got to say what you want. So if you are commanding yourself, or if you're trying to get somebody to move out your way at the job, that may be a bad example because I don't even want to go down that road. But you know exactly what I'm trying to get at, man. You have power. It's just the fact that we have been confused and misused to think that we don't have power and to hand our power back over to the forces that are actually fighting against us. In my closing, now the next natural question will be, why is nobody using these powers? And come to find out, many of them are. Many of them wrote books about it. You probably even heard one of the books called The Secret. And a lot of this stuff is associated with occult practices. A lot of other people are using this power as well. You think about witchcraft, and you see how did the witches in what was that? God dang on what that boy name is, the little wizard boy, Harry Potter. What did he do? He just used the powers that all of us have, except that he added a wand to it, and they just make it seem like the wand has the power. No, the wand does not have the power. You, sir, ma'am, have the power. You have the power. They used the words, they used the candles, the smoke, and all of this other stuff that was already laid out, and they just used the power already. It's too simple. It's just too simple. People want complicated. People want to feel busy. They want to feel smart. They even want to create an excuse of why they can't use this power because they don't want the responsibility. Do you think people want the responsibility to have power in their hands and they don't even want the responsibility to be accountable to the God that created them? Nah, man. It's not going to happen. People don't want the power, man. They want an excuse. They don't want to believe that they have the power, but they do. Satan has deceived the whole world. He has gone out and deceived the entire world to make you think that you don't have any power, to make you think that you have to fall to your body. Witchcraft, like I said, uses the same power, except Satan shows them how, when, and where to use the power. And a lot of times it gets associated with occult practices because they seem to be a whole lot more faithful than a lot of us that say that we believe Christ. Listen, I just wanted to impart a little bit of understanding to you guys. It's not a full breakdown. It's not a full study, but it's just a little bit. And when you're looking for truth, when you got your mind open, then it will be revealed to you. So if you came across this video, it's because you're supposed to. Hey, listen, God bless you. All right.